fish straight away. Unbelievable. "30 seconds into my session. What's the number one rule of fishing? Go where the fish are. Is it going to be bass or bream? Yes. A lump of weed and first cast. Target achieved. That, although not the size I was after, is a Gilthead bream. How awesome is that? Early morning session, wading out in the water into Poole Harbour, catching gilts. Genuinely, it's a tough life I lead. See that band of gold between the eyes? That's where the name comes from, Gilthead bream. Gilt, gold, head. It's all there in the name. Let's let that one go. Right, so what am I doing? That's the question. It is early morning, middle of the heat wave in September, after a pretty rubbish July and August, eh? And I've decided to come into Poole Harbour for some Gilthead bream fishing. Probably pick up the odd bass as well. It's a really good excuse to get out into the water, which I love doing, and just really appreciate how glorious and still being on the water is this time of day. Tactics wise, super simple. I've got my barbel rod, my 11-foot barbel rod, with a little 4,000 reel, an earth bar, 2-ounce lead, 4-footer line to a 2.0 Chinook hook. That is as simple as fishing gets. You can just use a running ledger, you can use whatever really. I've got a mixture of ragworm and I've got some razorfish in there as well. Just using a couple of ragworms whilst my razorfish defrost, which in this sort of temperature probably won't take too long. And all I'm aiming for, the reason why I love Poole Harbour at low tide, it gives you the opportunity to get out into the water and fish into the channels. So the Gilthead bream love running up the channels. And right out in front of me there, where the red and green buoy is a channel. So I'm just chucking my bait into that. A little 2-ounce that's just got a little bit of ebb. So the tide is still flowing out ever so slightly. So that 2-ounce is just bouncing round from right to left. I'm just holding on to my rod. That's why I picked my barbel rod rather than sort of a beach cast or anything, because it's much lighter to hold. And just feeling for the bites. Low tide sessions like this are obviously very short. It's a small tide today, so I might get a couple of hours on it before it starts flooding too much and I have to retreat. Obviously don't ever wade out into waters that you don't know. I know this area very, very well, so I know where I can wade to, and I also know how or when I need to retreat back to dry land. There's a bit of this weed, unfortunately, on the ebb. It normally eases off on the flood. So it's just trotted down in the tide, getting a little bit too close to one of those boats, and just bring that back in, and repeat the process. Not a lot of worm left on there. Let's see if these razors are defrosted enough. Cut it down the length. Scoop out the flesh. It's a little bit borderline, still frozen actually. Kind of separate the razor into the long foot part, and then the rest of the guts and stuff. So you get 2 decent baits out of each razor. And then I'm going to going to use the foot part to start with. Sort of thread that on, just roughly, a little bit like you would with a worm. I wish that noisy boat would go away, ruining my peace and quiet. And then I'm just going to use my Yuki baiting tool just to whip that on a little bit. There we go. Tasty. Gilts love a bit of shellfish. Mussel, that's another good one. I could have brought some mussel with me, but didn't want to bring too much bait. There you go, I found the fish. Come on, take it, take it. Just having a little play. Yeah, there we go. That's been really cute with it then. Doesn't feel like a big fish again, but it's another fish. I love that razor, that was in there for seconds. What do we got? Ah, little bass. Little bass. Pesky little things. Can't believe how warm the water is. It's absolutely gorgeous. Just moved a smidgen closer to the channel as the tide's dropped a little bit more. Bang, bang, straight away. Oh, there. Fishing's like that here. You'll either get a bite within a minute of being in the water, or you tend not to. So I tend to sort of keep recasting all the time, keep moving that bait around. It's nice when you've got a little bit sort of bumped down in the tide, because you can sort of chuck it out, and as it rolls all the way down and reaches the end of your trot, then you can bring it back in and repeat the process. So although it's a very short window of fishing, it's quite frenetic. Oh, he was on, and then he was off. Downside to fishing a soft rod, I suppose. Not setting the hook. Bass aren't an issue, but gilts have got a real hard, bony mouth. I'm going to convince myself that was a gilt. Plop it out into the same spot and catch his big brother. Oyster catcher. Oyster catchers. Beautiful thing, this. Oh. Yes, that one's on. That feels like a better fish. So much fun fighting fish. Light gear in shallow water. gin clear as well it is today. So what have we got this time? There she goes. It's a bream. Beautiful bar of silver. Doesn't want to give up. Thank you. It's embarrassing me in front of my viewers. There you go. Another stunning gilt. Swam off between my legs. Got nutmegged by a gilthead. You see how well they fight, and they're small fish. God knows what it'd be like to hook one of those 6-7 pounders. Get them off fishing for the day. I'd be out bassing if I was out on the boat today. It's just as well as a short, sharp session with the tides doing this, because I have got to go to work, and I think I'd stay here all day if it wasn't for the tides. Oh, Toby, I'm really ill today. I can't come in, sorry. My arm's fallen off. I've got scabies. Oh, go on, Sam. Go on. Oh, I've missed it. Have I? Have I missed it? No, I haven't missed it. Tune in every week for more amateur fishing. It feels like a different fight. Less head shake, so I'm going to call bass. I'm going to go early with this one. I'm going to say a small bass. It's a nothing fish again. I dropped it. Wowzers, I'm dropping a lot of fish this morning. Next time I'm bringing my beach caster with 6-ounce griplets. I mean, obviously I'm not, because that would really completely defeat the object of coming here, but strike a little bit harder, I reckon. That's where I'm going wrong. Happiness, happiness. It's the greatest gift that I possess. Oh, that is a big, fat, juicy worm. I'm going to tip it off with a bit of razor. That's the cast. That's the lucky one. Oh, bang, straight away. That really was the lucky one. No, that was a little checker. That was a little tappy, rattle, rattle. Technical terms there. Try a different angle on the strike that time. Bit of a side strike. Get more leverage. I think it's fish and weed this time. We've got a weight and a bass, a little bass. Yes, your bait-thieving little things. That's what's been robbing me bait. What amazes me is you release a fish when you're in water, and how often they will just hang around your legs. It's still there. Sulking for a bit. Trying to figure out why, when he was just enjoying a little bit of breakfast, he's just been dragged out of his house. Molested by some human being. Still there. A crab crawling up my leg. Something was tickling my ankle, then it started tickling my calf. Crab crawling up my leg. That was mildly disconcerting for a minute then. Keep doing that, Sonny Jim, you're going to go on the hook. What have we got this time? What have we got? Oh, another gilt. Another gilt. Now, feisty things. Go. Go, you baby. Loving that rag and razor combo today. Get off, he's clamped hard. Worth Googling Gilthead bream teeth. Seriously, seriously impressive dentures. And this one, let go of my hook. There we go. Number 3 for the morning. Off to grow into a 5-pounder. Rag. Razor. Combo. I can't describe how genuinely calm and happy I am right now. To excuse the tweeness of that comment, but it's just so relaxing doing this sort of fishing. I love all fishing, of course. But morning sessions, and the weather's like this, catching bream and bass, on a light rod and 2-ounce leads, it's just heaven. Oh. Yes. That felt like a gilthead. Bass tend to be really rattly, don't they, bass? But it's got a certain anger about them, giltheads have. Number 4 for the day, or for the morning, should I say. I'd like to say they're getting a little bit bigger, but they're not really. I don't think I care though. Really beautiful thing. Got to be a big one. Come on, go get your daddy. Love it. Well, for those eagle-eyed out there, will notice it is no longer the same day. Strange thing to say. I had a disaster. Fishing session was going ridiculously well, up until the point my battery died on the camera. So I had to come out again. So it's the day after. Forced to come out fishing again. What a shame. What a shame. I didn't stage our plan that at all, honestly. Yeah, cursing and swearing at my camera. Battery failure actually turned into a positive because I'm out again. Twice in 2 days, same mark. The tide today is tiny, beyond tiny. Even 24 hours later, the difference is quite noticeable. I'm stood in probably 1.5 foot more water than I was yesterday. But it's still really warm, so I don't really care. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I mean, I could have just left the video as it was. I'd caught 4 gilts and a few little bass. It was good enough. But I didn't have any kind of outro or... I don't know, I'm just trying to find excuses to come fishing again, really. I think first cast I'm just going to chuck out plain worm. I've got my razors again. But let's do this to start with, shall we? So exactly the same as yesterday, same outfit. Chuck it into that channel. Just about reach it. There should be a little tiny bit of ebb. Might have to risk getting my belly button wet in a minute and wade out a little bit further. Oh, no, I won't. Oh, at that. It really is a case of if you land on the fish, you'll catch it. There's no way I'm going to be lucky like that twice in a row. If this is a Gilthead bream, I'm buying a lottery ticket tomorrow. First cast yesterday within 30 seconds was a gilt, wasn't it? Surely first cast today can't be one as well. What have we got? What have we got? What have we got? It's a gilt. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Here we go. Identical to yesterday in terms of size. Beautiful. With this sort of red splodge and big black spot there on the gill cover. Obviously the band across the nose. Sometimes the band's really obvious, sometimes it's not. But check out the teeth as well. It's like an aquarium today. There's fish everywhere. I've got little smelt, shoulder smelt. I've got small bass. I've got small bream, little mullet. Crabs obviously nibbling my toes. Got these little tiny bream all swimming around me, picking up all the little bits of bait that I drop. That's really cool. I feel like I'm in some warm foreign country, wading around in the med. First pesky little bass of the day. Tiny one, that one. Get off my foot. Crab's chewing me toes again. Oh, the sun's just starting to burn through the cloud. A little bit of warmth on my back. Not that it was cold, but that's always welcome. Tide is just doing nothing out there today. It's amazing how much different it is just 24 hours later. Yeah, fishy, fish, 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 fish. Oh. Come on. Just about to reel that in, thinking it had been out there for sort of 4 or 5 minutes, probably been crabbed, and I just got nailed. It's got a bit head kicky, maybe like a gilt. Well, it is a gilt. A little bubba. Second of the day. further out into the channel. That was a good cast. Happy with that one. Good bait, good cast. Guaranteed fish. Big lump of weed on my line. I'm not sure if I hooked that fish or not. Yeah, I think I did. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? It's a gilt. Number 4 for the morning. Just a match yesterday. There we go. Number 4 for the day. 4 yesterday, 4 this morning. Sort of an hour and a half in each session. That's a nice way of spending some time, isn't it? No giants, but ooh, beautiful fish. Absolutely beautiful fish. And that, I think, is a good way of ending this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. I've certainly enjoyed filming it. I've got 1 worm left, so I'm going to chuck that out, see if I get anything on that, and then go back to work. But what an amazing few hours this morning. Go on then, mate. Off you go.